Hi friends, it's Rabbi Briskin with a thought for Shabbat. 1 year ago this Shabbat, we gathered in our chapel. It was a small group. The chairs were set apart from one another. We weren't wearing masks, but we were pretty careful to keep our distance. The following week, we met on Zoom for the first time. And this is what we've been doing every Shabbat since then. The Shabbat marks 1 year of the pandemic, and next week I'll speak in greater length about what this means for us as a community and us as a congregation. But a thought that I have for tonight and for this Shabbat relates to this week's Torah portion, the double portion of Vayakhel Pikudei. It's the portions that end the book of Exodus. The Israelites have been encamped at the foot of Mount Sinai, and they're getting ready to move. But before they move, they build a Mishkan, this portable desert sanctuary, this tabernacle, a place in which God will dwell, in which the people will still feel God's presence. And our sages ask, why does God need the tabernacle? Well, God doesn't need the tabernacle, but the people do. The people need to keep that experience of Sinai, what they were used to, with them as they travel further and further away from it. Building sanctuaries, building tabernacles has been a feature of Jewish life throughout our history. This beautiful building, which we call home, our second home, Shir Mi, has been built lovingly over the course of the last 40 years. And the fact that we have not been able to gather in large numbers in our sanctuary especially, or our chapel, have been painful. But what have we done? We have built a new tabernacle, a new Mishkan, one that meets in these small boxes on Zoom, one that creates a different sort of space for gathering. You see, as we have moved further away from the building of Shir Mi, we have still maintained the essence of what it means to be a congregation, a Kehillah Kedoshah, a sacred community. Week after week we gather for Shabbat and Chevrat Torah on Zoom. We gather for lifelong learning and classes. We have figured out a way to build a new tabernacle, a new sanctuary, but one that we hope and pray will ultimately be temporary. We yearn to move into the permanence, or to return to the permanence of this place where we can gather in full as we used to. We also know that the features of Zoom that help bring people together, especially when they are far away physically from Shir Mi or just can't make it, have provided some wonderful benefits as well. And we're going to need to create meaningful ways to gather both in person and online, separately and together. Building our Mishkan, building our tabernacle, whether it's in the desert or whether it's here in Newtown, is something that we must continually focus on. We must bring our finest gifts. We must bring the heart and soul of our people to this place as we continue to build and renew and restore our community as we journey from one place to another. So friends, I hope that you will continue to find meaning and purpose through the Mishkan Ma'at, the small tabernacles that you establish in your homes as you join us on Zoom for our programming and services. And we look forward to the day when we can gather as one again in our building, in our sanctuary, the fullness of body, mind, and spirit to celebrate together. Shabbat Shalom.